Gamers, gacha gamers. Recently, we got a lot of new gacha games to choose from. Alchemy Stars constantly giving quality and wacky characters. Blue Archive players keep on denying it's not pedophilia. Punishing Grey Raven continue being the mobile game of Dark Souls. Needless to say, I'm satisfied with the big variety of high quality gacha games to choose from.
Happen a little more!
We start off with Nikke, a mobile game made by a bunch of men of culture who clearly has their priority right. Innovation. Nikke is a third-person shooter focusing on simple controls and beautiful visual. There's no joystick for you to move around and shooting is done automatically. All you have to do is take cover from the enemy fire, use different sets of ability, and aim at the bad guy, which seems to be a bunch of reskinned Urgot from League of Legends. It also features a vertical view that allow you to play using one hand, because clearly the other hand is busy beating the meat. What? I don't like my steak to be tough, okay? Honestly, aside from their well-crafted asset, I can't help but feel nostalgic about Nikke gameplay. It reminds me of my favorite childhood arcade game, House of the Dead. After all these years, I still haven't beaten that game, mostly because I've never played it. Man, do you know how expensive that arcade is? You die so easily and it costs like $2 per game. I'd rather play the basketball tossing arcade. Nikke is developed by Shift Up from the same developer of Destiny Child. I have not played the game, but I heard it's a pretty good game and it has over 10 million downloads currently. As for Nikke's waifus, here are some of the preview.
指揮官にとって私たちはどのような存在でしょうか。
As you can see, the character have good foundation or backstory. 8 out of 10, must try.
For thousands of years, we have taken in countless young arcanists. Do you have any questions, Burton?
What is the storm, sir?
This is probably the first gacha game I will play in English dub because the British accent for the voice actors is simply immaculate, splendid, pristine, and insert another English word that made me sound smart. This game actually already did their closed beta not long ago, and let me tell you, I am excited. The game is fully dubbed in English, but what I consider god-tier voice acting.
Сука, блядь, swallow my exhaust!
And the story seems to be a very interesting mystery type, which is pretty rare in gacha games. The gameplay is turn-based with card matching system, very similar to the system of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross if you ever played that before. The character design doesn't stand out, but yet still able to give a distinct feeling compared to your average gacha. You can tell they spent a lot of time and efforts making their characters. 9 out of 10, must try. Wait a minute, this girl seems awfully familiar. Is that Yukino from Orega Eru? Honestly, aside from the aesthetic and the banger theme song, I'm not 100% sold on this one yet. We know nothing much about the story just yet. It seems to relate to something about folklore and metaverse. What, are they trying to be the gacha game of Mark Zuckerberg? Despite all that, Crash Fever, Wonder Planet previous mobile title, was pretty fun, so I have some faith in them. You can check the gameplay here. They had their closed beta not long ago, and from the feedback, people has been saying the gameplay is pretty fun. So I will give As Fiction a 7 out of 10 worth a try. Whoa, whoa, what is this? Is this the next Genshin Impact? Netmarble. Oh, what is this? Is this the next Devil May Cry on mobile? Netmarble. Oh, what is this? Is this... God damn it! If you don't know why I am booing Netmarble, it's because Netmarble is basically the EA equivalent of mobile games. They are very well known for being greedy with their games, and the amount of games they already made and are going to make are a perfect example of it. Question: what is the most important thing when developing a game? Passion for making games? You can eat passion, now go and make more games. Now I understand I truly despise Netmarble as a company, but Solo Leveling is one of my favorite webtoons. When I was reading it, I always wonder, what if? What if this is an actual game? That would be so cool. So even Solo Leveling turns out to be the ultimate car crash. It's a car crash I'm willing to participate. Oh, and that 7 Deadly Sins game and Ni no Kuni is pretty cool, I guess. Tries a little bit too hard to be Genshin competitor though. I'll give all 3 of them 6 out of 10 with a try. This game is basically Weeks Game Studios attempts to jump on the Genshin hype by using a popular IP. I haven't watched Black Clover, probably not going to, but judging from how much they are trying to avoid showing gameplay in the official trailer, I don't really have good feelings about this. That plus, this game will be launched in Korea and Japan first, meaning global fans will probably do wait another 2 or 3 years anyway. 4 out of 10, probably not playing. Now, truthfully, I think this game would not get a global release because of how bad it is doing currently in Japan, but the gameplay does remind me of Vampire Survivors, which I'm a big fan of. I don't think this game will be very big, but the gameplay definitely feels unique. And as you know, I would like some innovation in my gacha games. 6 out of 10, worth a try if it ever comes to global, not copium by the way. Bravo 6. Going dark. Do you like guns? Do you like waifu? In Girl Frontline Exile, you can have both at the same time. If you don't know about Girl Frontline, it's a pretty big franchise in China. It even have an anime that aired recently called Doll Frontline, and a prequel gacha game that launched pretty recently. Now, we should tell you more about Girl Frontline, but there's a problem. I have never played any of them. I know, an absolute disgrace as a gacha gamer. But Girl Frontline Exile is supposed to be a sequel to the original Girl Frontline, and I have to say, it sure is a huge jump. I mean, just look at this. 3D model as opposed to chibi, beautiful cutscenes, banger music.
I'm counting down every day, rest of my life.
What else can you ask for? The graphic is gorgeous, gameplay reminds me of XCOM, which is something I've never seen in gacha games. All in all, I might not be an old fan of this franchise, but I'm surely will be playing this game. 8 out of 10, must try. Do you like mecha? Do you like waifus? Do you like well-designed mecha waifus? If the answer is yes, you will really like Artery Gear Fusion. If you played Epic 7 before, you will be very familiar with the gameplay. The combat is nothing new, your standard turn-based combat, but look at this animation, yo! This game is probably released on global by the time you watch this video, so definitely check it out. 7 out of 10, worth a try. Project Snow is a third-person shooter developed by Tapigat Studio. This game is currently still in development and probably won't release in global for a while, but this is definitely something innovative in gacha games. The gameplay reminded me of a game I used to play, SAO Fatal Bullets. As you probably can tell, this is an action RPG with the focus of aiming instead of melee combat such as Honkai Impact or Punishing Grey Raven. I'll say based on how cool it is, it's definitely worth a try. 7 out of 10. This is an action RPG that I can't help but gravitate toward to. The 2D splash art are very incredibly detailed, the combat looks fluid and distinct, and hey, the waifu looks very stylish and cute. What's more to ask? Keep in mind though, this is a China-only game, and it is supposed to have their first open beta on 2021. Oh, would you look at the time now? It's almost halfway through 2022 and they haven't even have that open beta yet. Apparently, the developers really care about the quality of the game and underestimate how much work they needed to deliver the best first impression to the player base, which in my book is a good thing. This means they really care about the game, so much so they want the players to have a good time, even in the beta. 8 out of 10, must try. Honkai Star Rail, made by... I'm not too sure if you heard of this company before. The company called themselves MiHoYo? Probably just some indie developers. Oh, they also made 2 other games, Honkai Impact and Genshin Impact. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Let's check how much revenue they made this month. Holy shit! You can hate MiHoYo for being stingy or whatever, but you can't deny they make beautiful games. Honkai Star Rail is no exception. Honkai Star is a turn-based RPG and a spin-off sequel of Honkai Impact. The game is still currently in development and predicted to be released on late 2022 or early 2023. And of course, as a gacha fan myself, any game made by MiHoYo is too hard for me to skip, so 8 out of 10 must try. Speaking of MiHoYo games, Zenless Zone Zero. This seems to be a new action game from HoYoverse. Somehow I wasn't surprised. Honestly though, the visual quality of the game speaks for itself. If the game is made by MiHoYo, I know I can trust it. And you know what? Wait a minute. No, just my imagination. Okay, you can't make this shit up. What, next you're gonna tell me the faction is called Rediso Drill? Jokes aside, even though we don't know much about the game yet, I can already tell this will be a fantastic game. The trailer has only been released for 4 days and it had already captured 2 million people's attention, and it has certainly captured mine. Although it's a bit too early to judge, I'm going gut instinct here. 10 out of 10. Probably Gacha Game of the Year. I just gotta say, it will be very ironic if the game turns out to be boring because the acronym of the game is literally a snooze fest. Tower of Fantasy. Oh boy. Tower of Fantasy released in China not long ago, and oh boy was it a shit show. The game has more bugs than Cyberpunk 2077 and has more controversy than American Gun Control. People duping currency, stealing assets from other games. This game has so much drama that I'm not optimistic about its global launch. But the Mad Lads did it. They actually officially announced the global release for the game. Despite the fact that the game advertised itself as the Genshin Impact competitor, you might find Tower of Fantasy is very different from Genshin Impact because Tower of Fantasy is a MMORPG with fast-paced combat, but Genshin Impact is just an expensive hero collector. 7 out of 10 worth a try. Do you guys remember who this guy is? No? Then I'm sure you will remember the anime of Dark Souls Prepare to Cry edition, Clannad. I watched a lot of anime, okay? But I'm not kidding when I say Clannad After Story is the only anime that made me cry. And I mean cry. Not the water in your eyes type, but the opening damn gates after years type. Heaven's Been Red are created by exactly the same creator of Air, Clannad, Little Busters, which in itself is already a big selling point. But man, they even got Yanagi Nagi to sing their soundtrack. I'm so. From what I saw, the gameplay will be a strategic turn-based RPG which surprisingly have quite a lot of depth. The game is fully voice acted and the music is banging. The only downside I heard was the gacha is not very free to play friendly. The game is currently available only in Japan, and seeing how story focused this game is, I will give it a wait for global out of 10. From the same developers that made Lobotomy Corp and Library of Lunia, Project Moon next project, Limbus Company, is coming to Android, iOS, and PC, utilizing a turn-based dungeon crawler format with a gacha system. We feel like I'm reading a script right now because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to lie to anyone here because I have never heard of Project Moon, but apparently they do have a very small but vocal fan base. Although this is coming from an indie developer, their art style is unique and I'm a big fan of dungeon crawler. Looks promising. 7 out of 10. Worth a try. Whoa. Stop there. This is future Nerfa here. And I just have to say, I gave Library of Lunia the benefit of the doubt, so I went ahead and play it. And it's safe to say, this game is actually one of my favorite games of all time. The world building of this game is actually insane. I have never been hooked into the world so much in my life, and the game is actually dubbed in Korean. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played a lot of Korean games, but I really like it. The combat is actually very fun, although being a turn-based game, it requires a lot of strategy to it, and the story, the characters are all very well done, and I just can't help but excited for the Project Moon next game, which is Limbus Company, and seeing how Project Moon does things. This game will probably take a lot of Library of Lunia's and also Lobotomy Corp's, especially the lore part, into Limbus Company, so I highly recommend, if you have the time, try out Library of Lunia or Lobotomy Corp, although I don't have enough time to try out Lobotomy Corp yet, but Library of Lunia is a fantastic game, so yeah, I just have to say that. This is what happened when a studio invested all their budget into making music instead of gameplay.
私は人形壊れたら捨てられる実験用ホムンクルス私が死んだらあなたは泣いてくれますか錆びてしまえ朽ちてしまえ耐えて静けさ
fact, they don't even have a gameplay showcase yet. You know what's worse? They have one song for each character, and they all slap harder than Will Smith at Oscar. Ever since I found out about this game, I have been listening to their songs 24/7. I wish I was joking. I couldn't show you much here since it's pretty much all music, but go and listen to the songs on their YouTube channel. Link in the description, by the way. They even have English and Japanese version. This is probably my most anticipated gacha game of all time. You can almost feel the passion of making good games by just listening how much effort they put into literally just music and art, and you probably wouldn't hear me shut up about this game for a long time. Whatever this game is, I'm already sold. Wait, hold up. Did they release the gameplay footage? What? AFK RPG?
Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god!
What's up, my Nerf friends? Editor Nerfa here. So I'm trying out something new. Video like this do take a long time to make. If you guys enjoy it, I'll be very happy. Give me a thumbs up, press the like button, smash it, I don't know, whatever you do. So yeah, it's about time I end this video. Hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.